magnificent MoneyFest Monday. Hello, everyone. I am Evie Diaz, and today we want to talk about why a positive mindset may not be manifesting money. What? That's right. Why might it be that a positive mindset may not be manifesting money? Let me know your thoughts on that. Why do you think someone may have a positive mindset and yet not be able to manifest money? I want to hear from you. And we're going to talk about this today because we're going to talk about why, if so many people are working on their money mindset, why aren't more people manifesting more money? So, have you asked yourself that question? Have you thought about that? Hello and welcome. I am Evie Diaz, financial empowerment speaker, financial trauma healer, and the expert on the simplest method of manifesting financial freedom. And today, I am actually here because I set an intention, and I'm saying it here live in this video, to go live on Mondays and Friday. And the intention behind that is because I want more people to get to know this body of work. And this body of work is about how do we become our fabulous, financially fabpreneurs future self now? How do we become financially free as heart-centered female entrepreneurs? So if you have never heard of me, please visit evdiaz.com to check out my website. And today we deemed and we called and we themed this show on Monday, MoneyFest Monday. And MoneyFest, that word is a combination of two words, manifesting money. And that's what we're about here. So as you think about this, let's go ahead and post that question there in the chat. And I'm going to put it there in the live chat for anyone who is watching live or the replay. And the question is, let's say if you have a positive money mindset or mindset, let's just call it mindset all along, are you not manifesting money? And this came up out of something that I've heard many women feeling frustrated about money and doing all the right things and yet still not feeling like they're manifesting the money that they want. Now, as we begin, I want you to go ahead in the chat and introduce yourself if you're a heart-centered female entrepreneur and your business, and tell us about your experience with working on your money mindset. I want to hear about your experience. Now, why could it be, or why might it be? And I'm going to look over here because I wrote some notes about this whole idea about why this might be so. Let's talk about a few of the things that you might be practicing or that you've done and or that you've heard that people do to really change their money mindset. So by now you probably have heard that people like to do affirmations. So what might be the reason why affirmations do not work with your money mindset? Why might that be so? So you're affirming regularly, consistently, I am manifesting money. I see money in front of me. Money loves me. Money is attracted to me. Money keeps coming into my bank account. Because perhaps you saw that I posted that on social media, or perhaps someone gave you a bunch of affirmations and you said, I'm going to say those affirmations. And you continue repeating those affirmations. I used to say you repeat it like a parakeet, or you repeat it when you remember. Why might those affirmations not be working? Let's think about that. Let's chat. Let's put it right there in the chat. What is the reason that is happening, or why might that be happening? What do you think? I want to hear from you. Now, the other thing is why money is more than mindset. Why is money more than the mindset? Okay. I want to hear from you. What do you think about that? And then if you were doing affirmations, but you stopped, why did you stop doing affirmations? Were you repeating them because someone told you to repeat them? Were you believing them? Or were you just kind of doing it automatically? You know, a lot of the habits that we have today are done automatically without us really being aware of them, which brings me to the idea that we are always manifesting. What? Do you believe that we are always manifesting? I want to hear it from you. Do you believe that you're always manifesting? There's no right or wrong answer here. Here's what I believe. I believe that we are always manifesting, right? And we're manifesting, and you've probably heard me say this by now, that we're always manifesting either consciously or unconsciously, or maybe subconsciously. I'm not sure. What do you think? We may be manifesting subconsciously, right? And we might be manifesting unconsciously, being totally unaware. And you've heard the statement that says, whatever we focus on expands. So, can that explain how we may be able to manifest unconsciously? In other words, how we are manifesting and we don't realize that we're manifesting. So, how does that, whatever we focus on expand sentence, help me to understand that? So, yes, we're always manifesting. Good, bad, indifference, consciously, unconsciously, we're always manifesting. This is what I believe. And it is because whatever we focus on expands. So, if I focus on, let's say, oh, I'm not going to follow up with people in my networking group that I just network with because they're going to say I'm bothering them. They're going to say I'm salesy, or they're not going to respond to the phone, or they're not going to want to talk to me. What do you think is going to happen? Right. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I am going to realize and bring into that manifestation because I focused on, oh, I'm going to be bothering, right? Or I'm not going to do a live stream because no one's going to show up, right? I keep focusing, no one's going to show up. What if I do it and nobody shows up? What if I do it and nobody shows up? Then guess what? Nobody will show up, right? So what if instead I started working on what is going on behind that mindset? Behind the mindset of the affirmation, if you will, since we talked about affirmation. When someone gives me an affirmation and it's not aligned with me, or I don't believe it, or I haven't really felt that affirmation, if I continue repeating it, might I still make it happen? What do you think is true for you? Because at the end of the day, I always say that whatever we think is true for ourselves, it's what's true. Okay? And that's why I began by saying that a positive mindset isn't enough to manifest money. So, welcome once again. Today is Monday. And yes, I decided to do this show on Mondays to begin the week, to set the pace, to set the intention for the week. Because nowadays, Mondays, people sometimes don't look forward to Mondays. And I want us to change that. I want us to look at Mondays as MoneyFest Monday. I'm going to manifest money on Mondays. I'm going to start my week by manifesting money, right? And that's why I decided to start today, this MoneyFest Monday show. Also, because we do have our 2-day women's money festival or money conference coming up, which I'll tell you a little bit about in just a little bit. Let's go into this, why a positive mindset isn't enough to manifest money. Let's go into that. Well, first of all, I know, as I said, that many people may wake up on Mondays feeling like they're dragging their feet. They don't want to go back to work. They wish they didn't have to go to work. Or perhaps they want to start later on the day, right? Or perhaps they want to focus on not really working in their business, and maybe they will focus on working on their business, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. And by the way, we're going to be talking more about that on Thursday, as we have decided to change our FABpreneurs community networking gathering for Thursdays, and we're calling it Thriving Thursday. More on that in a little bit. But let's look at this. So, are you part of the people that complain about Mondays? And what if Mondays was actually the best day for you to manifest money? And can you flip the script on that thought, that belief, that idea? And is that enough to make it true so that you can manifest money on Mondays? I'm just putting out questions there to really get your mind going, because if you're watching this live or on the replay, you probably are a lot like me, because I probably manifested you. I attracted you. And that is, you might be an analytical person, someone who is constantly in their mind, right? I know I am, and I'm shifting. I'm shifting to really feeling and getting in touch with my feelings of my intentions, and creating what I consciously desire, what I consciously deserve to manifest. And what I believe that is a financially free future self, or we call it around here FABpreneur self. Okay? So this show, it's all about shifting our money energy and money mindset so that you could start your week in abundance and not lack. That's right. I said in abundance and not lack. And that's why I said what I said at the beginning about why the mindset alone may not be enough. And that is because I believe there's two components. There is the money mindset and there's the money energy. And I believe that we have to work with both, the mindset and the energy. So when you hear me and when you're listening to me saying that money mindset and money energy, what is the difference for you? I want to hear from you in the chat, whether on the live or on the replay. What is the difference between a money mindset and a money energy? And I may not answer that question today. I may wait till Friday to answer my thoughts, or I may share them with you now. I'm not just wanting to give you what I believe. I want to hear from you what your personal experience and your feelings are about that. Okay? So, if we begin with this idea of the mindset being what we think, the mindset which carries our beliefs. And here at our FABpreneurs movement and membership, we talk about MoneyScripts. MoneyScripts are what most people refer to as limiting beliefs about money. And here at FABpreneurs, we talk about this idea of having limiting and empowering money scripts. And the way to move from a limiting to an empowering money script is to practice the FAB money scripting method of manifesting financial freedom, which you'll hear me talking about often as you continue tuning in to these live shows. And you'll learn how to practice this as a new habit, success habit in your life. Now, going back to that idea of the money mindset versus the money energy and why you need both. So the money mindset is what you think, and the money energy is what you feel. And without alignment, you block the flow. With both, you are aligned and you manifest consistently. This is what I believe. So, the way that we do that is by practicing this reframe method in the FAB money scripting method. So that instead of not just thinking that Monday is a drag, I don't like Monday, I don't look forward to Monday, that comes from the mindset, we begin aligning our actions with that idea so that our energy and our feelings and our emotions are aligned with that mindset. I know. Do you know how to do that? And can you practice doing that consistently every Monday, let's just say? So if I say in affirmations, Mondays are the best day for manifesting, right? Perhaps because someone gave me that affirmation and I begin declaring that affirmation. But I'm not really believing it. I'm not putting my energy and feeling that internally, meaning that is just something I say, as many things we sometimes say from the mouth out, not from the heart. Then I can continue saying that and that not being true. In other words, I can continue saying that and not manifesting money, right? And that happens because there is no alignment between the mindset and the energy. Now, we want to be very aware of this. And that's why in our community of FABpreneurs, we really empower women to write in their journals. And we call it sometimes a certain way of journaling, a certain way of writing it. And this certain way goes beyond being grateful, which is a great way to start your morning and start your day and go to sleep at night by writing a list in your journal of all the things you're grateful for. And by the way, you can continue doing that because that will help you to feel good. And when you feel good, now you are increasing your energy, your feelings, your emotions. And by feeling good, you're shifting from just being in your mind to being in your heart. And that's what we want to do. Move from just the mind to the heart, where that energy of abundance comes from. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because so many people, myself included, have been practicing affirmations and similar practices, working with just the mindset, because we become accustomed to this idea of the money mindset and we've forgotten the energy, but the energy has a lot to do with it. Now, I've been in this idea for a while, 10 days or so, putting together these thoughts, and I may continue them on Friday because this idea came from my own frustration and the frustration of other women who join our classes, master classes, courses, and programs about, well, geez, I've been practicing positive psychology or positive mindset or affirmations, and yet I'm not consciously manifesting more money consistently. Why is that? Well, that's because that's just not enough. And also because there's no alignment with the energy of abundance, the energy of infinite abundance, right? Which is even beyond just the energy of money. And money itself is energy and has a lot of energy. So on Friday, I'm going to show you how to scientifically understand this relationship and understand how this relationship and an aligned relationship or a relationship that synergizes the money mindset with the money energy helps you to manifest money. For today, I'm going to encourage you to start writing in your journal what you're noticing, with regards to what you're thinking, perhaps what you're writing, what you're speaking, and what you're actually feeling. So, for instance, okay, I can be saying I'm a positive person, and generally I am, right? But I'm not in the energy of abundance. In other words, I'm misaligned. I am thinking positively, but my energy of infinite abundance is not projecting that. And from a physiological point of view, it could be because physiologically, biologically, if you will, I think it's more physically. I may not be feeling well, say, because I didn't sleep well, I didn't eat well, I'm not exercising. So my physical body may not be energized. And because of that, I may not be manifesting, even though I have a positive money mindset. How is that affecting it? So, this week until Friday, when we meet again for our show that we're calling it the FABpreneurs Financially Free and Fantastic Friday Flow, I'm going to continue this topic to explain the science of it so that you understand, especially if you are an analytical person like me, how this works so you can start being more aware. And to help you in that awareness, I'm going to encourage you that today you start writing in your journal what you're thinking about and how you're feeling about it and how you're feeling overall. So if you're feeling like this is going to be a great week for manifesting money, if you're feeling and thinking, I'm going to manifest money today, and Friday comes and you didn't, you'll know, well, what was it? How was my physiology? How was I physically? How was my energy? Okay? So, basic concept, I want you to begin there. Now, I do want to tell you that if you are a heart-centered female entrepreneur who works with other heart-centered female entrepreneurs, and by that I mean speakers, authors, coaches, consultants, course creator, content creator, therapists, healers, then I want to invite you to join us this coming Thursday for Thriving Thursdays. Thriving Thursdays at 4 o'clock is the new time that we are meeting with other women who are entrepreneurs like you and like me who want to consciously manifest more money and become financially free in 2026. Yes, we're already thinking about 2026. So we're meeting at 4 o'clock Eastern time. I'm in Florida. So we're meeting at 4 o'clock and we're going to connect with each other. And also for those of you that are heart center female speakers whose clientele includes these type of women that I just spoke about, then I want you to first email me and let me know that you would like to be a speaker at MoneyFest 2025. MoneyFest 2025 is coming on, mark it down, Friday, October 31st, and on Saturday, November 1st. And all female entrepreneurs who are conscious about manifesting more in 2026 are invited to join us. Now, we're still working on the page, but I want to go ahead and share a little bit about the page. And this is what the page looks like. So check it out by going to MoneyFest 2025. I'm going to put it here so you can take a look at it. Let me make this bigger. Okay. So this is the page. You could check it out. That's the page. And you'll notice that it says register now, but we're not officially open yet. So here's what you're going to do if you are a speaker. You're going to go all the way to the bottom of the page, okay? And at the bottom of the page, you are going to apply to speak. And here are some of the speakers we have had in our previous conferences. So here, you're going to go here and you're going to apply to speak. And it'll ask you several questions, and that's where you'll complete it. Now, when you complete that, come on Thursday at 4 o'clock and be ready to pitch like a 3 to 5 minute mini tiny presentation of what you want to speak about at MoneyFest. And the women who attend on Thursday at 4 o'clock will take a vote and see and share if they want to hear you speak. So if you're a speaker, this is your chance to apply to speak at MoneyFest. And if you're watching and you know of a good speaker to speak at MoneyFest 2025, then you're going to refer them to this page, MoneyFest 2025, and let them know that the application is in the page and they can complete the application. Let them know to show up on Thursday at 4 o'clock for their pitch time. They'll be able to come and share what they want to speak about at MoneyFest 2025 at 4 o'clock. And when they share, we're going to ask the women who attend the Thriving Thursdays meeting at 4 o'clock what speakers they like the most so that we can select the speakers for our MoneyFest 2025 coming up Friday, October 31st. So that's the first thing if you're a speaker. For everyone else, if you want to put your name in our wait list, you can by simply going to MoneyFest 2025, and there's a form there and you can fill out your name and your email. And if you want to be notified via text, your phone number, your cell phone number, and we'll text you to let you know when the tickets become available and when you could actually sign up to attend MoneyFest 2025. Now, those of you who sign up for the wait list are going to receive additional bonuses, perks, surprises, and a lot more, including free entrance or tickets to our weekly Thriving Thursdays meetings at 4 o'clock for connections and networking. So go ahead and visit that page today, and I'm going to go ahead and put it here. It's MoneyFest 2025 because that is the name of the event. That is also the name of the URL. Now, if you want to register to show up on Thursday, then right below you're going to see the URL for our FABpreneurs Community Connections, which, by the way, when you go to evdiaz.com, you will find it in one of the tabs. But also, if you go to FABpreneurs.com, that's FABpreneurs.com, you will also be able to link up with this link so that you can register for Thursday. Mind you, it still says Tuesday at 5 o'clock, but I decided to make Tuesdays at 5 o'clock Eastern Time my office hours, where if you want to meet with me for any reason, like let's say you want to talk about an idea, you want to strategize, you want to become a client, you want to speak at our conference, I'm going to be going live on Google Meet and have 30 to 45 minutes to an hour, office hour tomorrow, Tuesday at 5 o'clock, to honor those who were used to coming to our Tuesday networking that we did during the summers at 5 o'clock, and also to honor people who want to meet one-on-one with me. Instead of meeting one-on-one with me, because MoneyFest is fast approaching and I don't have the intention right now to meet with people one-on-one, I want to make sure that I do meet with you, and whoever comes at that, it may be just one-on-one, but many people can come in and out during that 5 o'clock time. So go to evdiaz.com. You can leave me a message there via voicemail. On the right corner, you see this little area here. Let's see if I can put it. Do you see this little area here? It says click to leave a message. That's for a voice message. If you want to leave me a message, you can leave me a voice message there. And or you can subscribe to receive notices of when MoneyFest 2025 becomes open and available for you to register. For today, remember the assignment. Journal, just write in your journal about your mindset, what you're thinking about, and what you are focusing upon today, tomorrow, over the next few days, and what your energy is like. and see if they're in alignment. And then Friday, when we do our Friday live, join the chat or send me a message if you want to join live and be on this side and show your face to whoever's watching on live stream. Then email me or message me, find me, and let me know you want to have this conversation where this week you tracked what was my mindset. Did I have a positive money mindset? And then look at, did I have a positive money energy, or was there a misalignment? Was my positive mindset positive, but my energy for money was depleted, or I didn't have a positive or high vibe for money? That's the assignment from now till Friday. In any event, my intention is to really have people, women specifically, come and join us on MoneyFest Mondays and let me have a conversation with them. So if you would like to join me here next Monday, message me and let's have a conversation live online where we can dialogue about these ideas about money and money manifesting. For now, I'm Evie Diaz of eviediaz.com, the expert on the simplest method of manifesting financial freedom, the FAB money scripting method, the host of MoneyFest 2025, our, as you can see here, ultimate 2-day virtual money festival for small business women to celebrate infinite abundance and elevate financial freedom, happening on Friday, October 31st and November 1st. And I look forward to connecting with you. Message me now if you want to connect on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And if you want to join or rehearse or pitch your talk for MoneyFest 2025, make sure you join us on Thursday at 4 o'clock for our Thriving Thursdays FABpreneurs Community Connections event this Thursday at 4 o'clock. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Let's really connect. So somehow DM me, message me, text message me, leave me a voice message, because I want to hear from you, because I want to connect with you. And I look forward to us connecting. Thank you so much for watching. Have a money manifesting Monday. Thank you so much. Bye for now.